fought today. He's probably the best fighter I'll fight in my career. I rate him up there with the best. He'll beat Khan, no problem. I'll annihilate Khan. We're the two top lightweights, and John Thaxton wants to hear himself. The three of us, we're a pedigree, we're the real champs. And like John Thaxton there, he can still go on and rule the world. He deserves it. He's a real man, John Thaxton, and he's going to take on the world.
Do you feel that same way as well, that you would beat NVER Khan, and there might be a fight down the line with the fellow who's working outside the ropes with John Thaxton? You never know.
110%. Khan was on telly on ITV the other week saying that he's offered us a fight and none of us won it. And I can sell you first time that's not the case. We've been after a fight for years now, and if Khan wants a fight, I'll knock him out in 2 rounds, no problem.
Okay, let me just show you.
Hot and bothered. He'd clearly been working to shed something extra.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will weigh in the defending champion from Manchester, lightweight champion, John Murray.
61.26. Stands no, hands down, stands still. Right, he's 0.20 kilos over. Just let him get on again.
So Murray's first option, strip off completely and get back on the scales.
0.08 kilo over.
And having arrived late, Murray was running out of time to lose the extra ounces.
Got 5 minutes, yeah.
Off went the Murray entourage to give their man the hairdryer treatment. One last skipping session in a very hot room. That brief 5-minute sweat session needed to have done the job, or the British champion would be stripped of his title.
Dry you there, John.
So have a proper dry. So you're looking at 61.26. Still the same. Sorry mate, he's over. He's 0.08 kilograms overweight. It's about 2 ounces. The match limit is 61.24 kilos, according to the border control chart. And the scales were calibrated this morning, and he weighed in at 61.34, so he was 0.08 of a kilo over, but he'd run out of time because he had to weigh in between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and he didn't arrive until 5 to 2. So by the time we'd done the final weight, the time had run out.
You won't give it 5 minutes?
No.
Murray's trainer sensed an injustice and blamed the tools of the trade.
Shag pile carpet, that's the difference I suppose of John making the weight. It's not on a hard floor, it's a carpet. We think he's bang on the weight. If them scales were on a hard floor, I reckon John Murray would be fighting defending his title. So like I said, at the end of the day, the fight's going ahead and we'll just have to get on and deal with it and let it be a lesson learned.
He's never lost in the ring, but this will feel like a first defeat.
I'd like to say in future I'd love to fight John Thaxton. He's the #1 in Britain at the moment, and forget Khan because he's in fairy tale land. Some of the fights he's fighting. Barrera genuinely is the best opponent he's fought, but Barrera should knock Khan out. But Thaxton's #1 in Britain. I feel I'm the #2, and down the line, if John wants to fight, I think that'll be a great fight for us.
It's very exciting. I think the timing's spot on. I think Frank Warren, take your hat off to him. He's made a fantastic match.
Is it a dangerous fight?
Of course it's a dangerous fight, definitely. Barrera's not the Barrera he was maybe a few years ago at Super Feather and Feather, but still a very, very dangerous fight. I think NVER Khan. Now let's get it right. Let's turn around and say what we think was going to happen rather than Ben Wise after the event. Is Barrera over the hill or not?
That's the question I'm asking you.
I say he's not. He's not as good as he used to be, but he's not well over the hill. He's not a shot fighter. And I really believe it's going to be a fascinating fight, and we're really going to see how good NVER Khan is.
You never know. You might be around to pick up the pieces as well.
Oh, I'd love to. In this game, it's all about time, but it's all about who you don't fight to get to the top rather than who you do fight. NVER Khan, he missed out on the British title when I was British champion. He now missed out against John Murray. He also missed out on the European, so he's leapfrogged them to fight Marco Antonio Barrera. Sometimes to get to the top, it's not who you fight, it's who you don't fight.
Yeah.
Great chat. Good start. decision to pitch Amir Khan in against this legend, Mr. Barrera.
Yeah, well, this game is all about timing, and you know, is Barrera at the end of the road? Because if he's not, this is a ridiculously dangerous fight for him. You know, and Barrera, okay, it was a year and a half ago. He had Marquez on the floor. Something that Manny Pacquiao was unable to do in his second fight. He's a very tough guy. He's a legend. He's got incredible skills, and I know it's at Khan's weight division, and I know it's happening sort of at the late stage in Barrera's career, but I think this is a ridiculously dangerous fight at this stage.
Ridiculously dangerous?
You must be buzzing though. You've been on some good bills in the past, haven't you? Because again, you're with Frank Warren, aren't you? But to get on this Khan bill as well is going to be good. It's quite exciting, isn't it?
Brilliant bill for me to be on. I mean, I'd have gone to it anyway, obviously, just to watch, you know, the Khan Barrera fight. I think, you know, Khan's got a good fight there in Barrera. I think he can beat him.
Can he do it? Yeah.
He really can beat him. It's a big move for Khan, and obviously a good move because
it's a brave one, isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah. Because if he does beat him, then you know, he puts himself right up there. So you know, take me off to him for taking the fight.
Matt, do you reckon he can do it?
I definitely think he can do it. I think it's you know, one thing about Frank Warren and the Sports Network, you know, they pick some great fights for the fighters, and I think it's the perfect fight at the perfect time for Amir Khan. You know, it's a very big test. Again, you know, a gamble, but I see Khan winning this, you know, coming through a few sticky patches, but winning comfortable on points. I think it's an absolute perfect fight for him.
With regard to Faxton and Murray, now I know what you're saying, you'd love to fight them, but that's another, in some ways, do you consider that a bit of unfinished business? The fact that you didn't clean up in this country so that there's no one could possibly say you're not the best lightweight, as opposed to, it's someone's opinion, obviously your opinion is you're the best lightweight, other people have different opinions, but in your heart of hearts, again, and I keep saying that expression, would you have liked to have had a Faxton and Murray
fight? You know, I like to fight anyone. It's one of them things, and I like to have, you know, boxed John Thaxton and John Murray just to shut them up, you know, to prove to them, you know, I'm a better fighter than them, because, you know, they're always going to think what would have happened if we fought Amir Khan. But, you know, I know what would have happened. I would have beat them, and I probably still would have got criticism. Oh, you beat John Thaxton, he's getting on, and whatever. But
is it probably too late now, though? Have you got to that level?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I mean, it's not necessarily, sorry for answering Amir, it's not necessarily too late, but both of them would have to go out and do something sensational. I mean, I'm a Murray fan, I'm a Faxton fan, I think Faxton's been a great servant, but they'd have to go out and do something sensational to somehow get themselves back in the line for Amir, because at the moment...
Right, I've got nothing against any fighter, you know, it's a sport. You know, they're both great fighters, and I think the British public would love a fight like that, but now it's up to them to, you know, get off their backside and achieve something to fight me.
Yeah, that is the absolute bottom line.